It was an ordinary evening, the kind that quietly disappears without leaving anything behind. I was alone at home, sitting in my room, scrolling through my phone with no real purpose. The window was slightly open, and a soft wind moved the curtain just enough to make the room feel alive. Outside, the sky was darkening, and the world was slowly becoming silent. Everything felt normal, safe. But after a while, that silence started to feel different. It wasn't peaceful anymore. It felt heavy, like something was hiding inside it, waiting. I tried to ignore it at first. I told myself it was just my imagination, that I was overthinking. But the feeling didn't go away. It grew stronger. The kind of feeling that makes you look over your shoulder even when you know no one is there. I stood up and walked toward the window to close it. The wind felt colder than before, sharper, like it was touching my skin on purpose. As I reached for the handle, I heard it. A whisper. Very soft. So soft I almost thought I imagined it. I froze. My hand stopped midair. I listened carefully. Silence. I let out a slow breath and shook my head. "It's nothing," I whispered to myself. But as soon as I said that, I heard it again. The whisper. This time clearer. Closer. It wasn't coming from outside. It was inside the room. My heart started beating faster. I slowly turned around. There was nothing behind me. Just my room. The same walls. The same furniture. Everything exactly as it should be. But something felt wrong. I couldn't explain it, but I could feel it. Like I wasn't alone anymore. I stepped back slowly, my eyes scanning every corner of the room. Nothing moved. Nothing changed. And yet, the feeling stayed. I turned toward the mirror. I don't know why. Maybe I was trying to convince myself that everything was normal, that I was just scaring myself for no reason. I looked at my reflection. For a second, everything was fine. It was just me, standing there, breathing. Then I noticed something. My reflection wasn't alone. Behind me in the mirror, there was something else. A shape, a figure, standing just a few steps behind me. My body went completely still. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Slowly, I tried to focus on it. But its face, I couldn't see it clearly. It was like it was covered in shadow, even though the room wasn't dark yet. My mind tried to understand what I was seeing, but it refused to make sense. I turned around quickly. Nothing. The room was empty. I was alone. My chest was rising and falling rapidly now. My hands were shaking. I turned back to the mirror. It was still there. Closer this time. The figure slowly lifted its head, and that's when I saw its eyes. Completely empty. No light. No life. Just darkness. And then it spoke. Not out loud. Not like a normal voice. I heard it inside my head. Clear. Cold. Close. "You remember me." My heart felt like it stopped. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't move. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The figure in the mirror raised its hands slowly, and at the same moment, I felt something move behind me. A cold presence. So close I could feel it without touching it. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Fear held me in place. Then I felt it. A hand, cold as ice, resting gently on my shoulder. My entire body tensed. I could feel its breath now, right behind me. Slow, heavy, dead. The voice came again. "You left me." My eyes widened. Something inside my mind started to break open. A memory. I was younger, standing in a dark place, not this room, somewhere else, and I wasn't alone. The same presence, the same cold feeling. I had seen it before. I had been with it before, but I had forgotten. Or maybe I was made to forget. The hand on my shoulder tightened slightly, not enough to hurt, just enough to remind me it was real. "You shouldn't have forgotten," the voice whispered again. The light suddenly went out. The room was swallowed by darkness instantly. I couldn't see anything anymore. Not the mirror, not the walls, not even my own hands. But I could still feel it, standing behind me, breathing, waiting. I closed my eyes tightly, even though it didn't make a difference. My heart was racing. My thoughts were spinning. And then I heard it. Not from behind me, not from the room, from inside me. The same whisper, the same voice. Now you won't leave again. My breathing slowed, not because I was calm, but because something else was taking control. The fear started to fade, not disappear, change. It turned into something else, something quiet, something empty. I slowly opened my eyes. The darkness was still there, but now it didn't feel unfamiliar. It felt known, like I had been here before, like I belonged there. I tried to move, and this time I could. But something was different. My body didn't feel like mine anymore. The cold presence was no longer just behind me. It was everywhere, around me, inside me. I raised my hand slowly. It moved, but it didn't feel like I was the one controlling it. And then I understood. The figure in the mirror wasn't following me. It wasn't chasing me. It was waiting, waiting for me to remember, waiting for me to come back, because it was never separate from me. It was a part of me that I had left behind, and now it was whole again. The last thing I heard was breathing. 2 breaths, 1 body, and then silence.